Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. We recently asked you which System of a Down song I should listen to first, and the majority of you chose Ariel's, so that's what we're going to do. Now, this will be my very first time ever listening to System of a Down, and I'm pretty excited. So, let's get to it. So many first impressions in just this initial minute and 13 seconds. There are a lot of things I want to go back to and go through. I'll go back and I'll probably pause on each of them and really dig into them because I want to understand more about these moments of greatness, right? I'll talk about just a couple things first. His vocal surprised me. It has so much more twang in it than I was expecting, a lot of really forward focus. It cuts a ton. And at the same time, there's like a little bit of grit in there. It's almost kind of close to grunge styling, a little bit, has hints of that. And then also at the very beginning, I could have sworn we heard like some Beethoven or something, right? What is this? So if I went, right, all of you would say, "Oh, Beethoven," right? It has a hint of that. I wonder if they purposefully did that. And I like the way that essentially resolved down into this. You still have a cello in here, I believe. Oh, that's pretty. Huh. I feel it was very surprising to me to hear the heaviness of this entrance, especially after that sort of darkness that we hear in this intro. There's certain elements of it that also remind me a little bit of Tool. I'm going to go back just again. One of the things that I immediately think can particularly work about Serge's vocals is that they do have a brighter aspect to them, and that helps cut through some of the dark and then the heavier sound that we hear as well. Life is a waterfall. We're one in the river and one again after the fall. Swimming through the void, we hear the word. We lose ourselves, but we find it all. I like the support on that high note. 'Cause we are the ones that wanna play. Always wanna go, but you never wanna stay. And Ooh, ooh, ooh. So he had a much more aggressive approach for most of this beginning so far. And then right at the end, when he says never want to lose, the way he goes into a very soothing sound all of a sudden makes me think, oh man, he sounds like he might have a nice variety in his toolbox. Cool. I really dig the harmonies they've pulled in here as well. Um, there's something about this that just feels a little bit grungy to me. It's like, have they pulled some influence from Alice in Chains here? Like, is this Alice in Chains meets Tool? I'm digging the sound overall. You wanna go, but you never wanna stay. And we are the ones that wanna choose. Always wanna play, but you never wanna lose. Nice continuation to the Z as well. Aerials in the sky. When you lose small mind, you free your life. Life is a waterfall. So many things happened in that last bit. The lower registration in his voice, I shouldn't even say registration, just the way he's shifted the timbre of it really has a lot of warmth in it while still having some cut. So he's got that chiaroscuro thing that we talk about sometimes, especially with classical singers where you have both brightness and darkness in the sound, and there's a balance in the sound that way. I find is particularly, to my ears, particularly pleasing. So it was really interesting to hear that warmth and smoothness again after this initial attack that had a lot more brightness, a lot more twang in it. So that would be more of the like bright facet instead of the combo of the dark. And it even had a little bit of grit on the edge at first, and then this part down in the smoothest. The shift in vocal timbre there is fascinating. And then I'm starting to get drawn more and more into the music video, and this kid with his eyes that are extra wide, and starting to see a few circus things as well. I'm trying to understand more and more. The kid definitely seems very precocious. I'm very curious. Aerials in the sky. When you lose small mind, you free your life. Just that vocal line, and aerials in the sky, it has this roundness in it, and you can hear so much beautiful air supporting the sound. Just goes like whoosh the whole time. And then I hadn't noticed even the first time. He does add a little more of that twang back into the smoothness on, I think, free your life. Is that the line? In the sky, when you lose small mind, you free your life. Yeah. I really like the vibrato on all, and the way it sounds desperate. I feel like it's got this pleading quality to it in his upper notes here. Through the void we hear the word, we lose ourselves, but we find it all. Right, the line, we lose ourselves, but we find it all. I know, kind of looking through these lyrics initially, it felt like it was about sort of losing oneself or losing identity. And I wonder if that is somewhat what the kid is experiencing here, that maybe he feels with, you see a lot of different pressures in his life on him, that things are centered around him. Maybe he feels like he's getting lost within um, show business or a life like this. I'm not really sure. But I think it's particularly interesting to have this kind of message coming from System of a Down, which is an Armenian American group. I believe most, if not all of the band members, I believe, had family or themselves immigrated from Armenia to America, and they're based in Glendale, California now, which is a city that I lived very close to for quite some time. Anyhow, I thought it, when you have that experience, maintaining your identity is a very important thing in life. And how do you maintain those traditions? And there's so much that you want to keep going, language from the country, cooking traditions, right? All of these things. So I wonder if there's a really personal feeling that Serge, their lead singer, has of this idea of we lose ourselves, but we find it all. Is there something in there that maybe ties to that background, or am I maybe looking too deep? Maybe he's thinking about something else. We can never know unless he talks about it. Let's go back then.
Swimming through the void, we hear the word. We lose ourselves, but we find it all.
It's great delivery.
'Cause we are the ones that wanna play. Always wanna go, but you never wanna stay. We are the ones that wanna choose. Always wanna play, but you never wanna lose.
Ooh. Wow, there's a really nice extension of that phrase, right? So yeah, we got to hold it longer, have some fun noodling around, some extra noodling around in the harmonies, and then, of course, bopping it up higher in pitch. I feel like we needed some way to sort of make it bigger than the last time and keep growing the song in some sort of journey. And they employed several different things there that were very effective in making it feel like the music grew.
We are the ones that wanna choose. Always wanna play, but you never wanna lose.
Oh, that's cool. I think both of them. I'm not sure who the backing vocalist is. I don't know all of their names yet, right? Brand new to me. But it sounded like both of them went up to that high note together. Again, really effective and fun. I dig the way that you've got one holding it out and then the other one continues to do some runs in there and then crescendo. It's very effective for both of them to go up at the same time. That that's going to be more volume and more impact as well.
Always wanna play, but you never wanna lose.
Nice distortion too. Awesome to note that they're keeping that unison going here. Very, very powerful. Oh, went back too far, sorry. Oh, cool. The band echoes the melody first before it comes in the vocals. Nice. nice use of a little creak in there. He adds like kind of a "ooh," essentially before when at one point.
Aerials in the sky when you lose.
Right? That kind of little creak, it makes it much more personal and casual. And this really works, especially for the lower register here. When you're up higher, there's so much power there. It's not going to feel very casual. Not in this setting. It's totally possible in another setting that you would have something that's softer and could feel casual in a higher register. But here, he sounds more casual in these lower notes. And it's really nice to have this little creak to just give it a little spice.
Aerials in the sky when you lose small mind, you free your life. Aerials so up high.
Ooh!
You free your eyes, eternal prize.
I like the way he chose it too. One of those just as a whisper, essentially. Also, I think one of the things that is making me think of Tool is some of the repetitive patterns that I hear in the guitar. This da 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 da. It doesn't change time signatures in there, but it definitely plays with the sense of how you feel the time signature by having this sense of three, essentially 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. I think it goes 1 2 1 2 then at the end. So some of those sort of underlying patterns make it feel very weavy, which works with this idea of aerials as well. Let's go back a little bit.
So up high when you free your eyes, eternal prize.
Wow, this harmony is really pretty and not. It isn't normal, is the way I'd put it. It's exciting. It has a couple of interesting extra notes. Yeah, in that top harmony, he could have just done steps down. And instead, it's got some leaps in there that echo the first harmony in a slightly different way. And it's unusual. Again, it makes me think a little bit of Alice in Chains. I like it. Ooh, 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 even that last sound, that little clink. I don't know what made that sound. It's obviously something metallic. Maybe like a little hand thing? Probably little tiny cymbals that are going like that. Maybe. Oh, cool. There are lots of elements in this that I really enjoy. There are tons of layers in the way that the instrument's been put together. And it's really fun to have instruments from different backgrounds as well. Like you have your cello and then, of course, more hard rock elements as well. So you have both classical and rock merging together in many ways. And then I was fascinated by some of the harmony choices. And I really like the way that Serge uses different timbres in different areas of his voice and is able to bring more twang and harshness or smoothness to it. It's very, very lovely. And then you take all of that and you put it into this music video that is intriguing, and those lyrics, which are doubly intriguing. And I just want to listen to it again. So thank you to all of you for this amazing recommendation. What a fun first taste of System of a Down. I'm definitely going to be doing more, so let me know down in the comments below which song you would like to hear next, and I hope you will join me soon in another video.